Hello, today we will be showing you how to build a Facebook ad campaign. So we're going to start here at your Facebook page. You're going to click in the top right, these dots here, says menu. You're going to scroll down until you get to professional here, and you're going to click ads manager. So this page here is very useful. You can see your performance of your ads and different things. That you can use later after we build this campaign. So we're going to start by going to create campaign. So here you will see you're under a create new campaign. Our first option is going to be the buying type. So you're going to have the options auction and reach and frequency. So these work in two different ways. Auction is where you basically bid for each customer, and reach and frequency is basically you tell Facebook how many people you want to see your ad and how often you want them to see it. For me, I personally like the auction buying type the best. This allows you to have a little bit higher quality and show it to the people that you actually want to see it. So I recommend putting your buying type on auction. You'll now have a few different campaign objective options as well. So our first one here is awareness. This is going to be used for reaching the maximum amount of people. So this will definitely give you some brand awareness and reach the maximum amount of people to see your business. The next option is traffic, and this is used if you have a, let's say, an e-commerce business or something like that, where you want users to navigate to your website to hopefully make a purchase or something like that. Next one is engagement. This is going to be where Facebook will show your ad to people that are likely to like it, comment, like your page, different things like that. So I'll tell you a little bit more about this one here in just a moment. Next one is leads. This can be very useful depending on your business. This is typically where it's going to be customers that will give you a lot of information about them. Maybe something where you have to custom build something for specific clients, where you call them and elaborate on what they actually need. So this is useful, but it can be costly sometimes, but it's very dependent on your business. Next one is going to be ad promotion. This is exactly what it says. If you're promoting an ad on their platform, this is what you should use to promote people to install your app. This would be the campaign objective you would like to use here. The next one is going to be sales. Sales is a complex one, but it uses a lot of different variables with the users of Facebook. And this can be used to target people that will message you, call you, different things like that. It also is used to um, see if people actually go and buy the products that are that are advertised on Facebook. So there's a lot of different things that go into sales, and same thing, just like leads. It can be of a higher expense per person per interaction, but most of the time you do have a hiring client from this objective. So for our use today, we're going to use engagement. So oftentimes for myself, I will use my engagement ad as the first campaign that I use on my ad. And this will increase the number of likes, comments, things like that, that will then build reputation and confidence for other customers that you can then move it to a sales campaign or possibly a awareness campaign, depending on your reason for the ad. So we're going to start with an engagement campaign here. You're going to click continue. And so your first option here is going to be to name this campaign. So we're just going to leave it the new engagement campaign. The next option you have is special ad categories. So here you'll have credit, employment, housing, and social issues such as elections and politics. Now, I will say that when you choose a special ad category, your cost will increase, but that is because it's showing it to very specific individuals. Oftentimes for my business, I will use credit sometimes when I am talking about maybe higher end items and things like that. So it's kind of a loophole in the system where they will only show you people that would be eligible for things like credit card offers, long term financing, things like that. And oftentimes that individual is someone that is willing to spend a little bit more and just a higher end client. So sometimes I will use this for certain ads depending on what I'm advertising. Today, we're not going to use any special ad categories, and that is kind of an advanced technique there that I would recommend just leaving it with no special ad categories for right now. So here you'll have your details, and this will say that you are doing an auction buying type, and your objective is engagement. So that is correct. Next, you'll have an A and B test. For this demonstration, we're going to leave this off. You can, this can be useful, but this is definitely something that you would want to work on if you have multiple campaigns and you can handle that. Right now, we're going to leave that off. And then, as well, with advanced campaign budget, this will basically let Meta do exactly what they want to do with your money on their platform, Facebook or Instagram. And so sometimes this is useful if you have no clue what you're doing. But thankfully, you're taking this class here, and I'm going to teach you to do it a better way and not have to let Facebook make all the decisions for you. So our next step is going to hit next here. And now you'll see that we have successfully made a new campaign. And now our next step is to create the ad set in this campaign. So these can be changed per campaign with different objectives and different things like that. So our next deal is going to be this ad set here, and we can change the name if we like. And this is going to be the conversation. Where would you like this to take place, right? So if you have a user engage with your ad to the extent that they would like to speak with a representative of the company, you can pick where they're going to continue to engage with your business. You can have them sent to messaging apps such as Messenger. You can get them to go to your ad, and this is going to keep them there and watch that video or engage with that post, different things like that. So just like I was talking about, maybe this is going to be something where I want the max amount of likes, max amount of comments. This is what you would like here. This is their end goal. The website here is going to be if you want them to click your link to get to your website. The app is if you want them to install your app. And of course, your Facebook page is going to get them to like your Facebook page here. So we do have that objective here in the campaign, right, as engagement. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to leave the messaging apps on for this one. And this will allow people to not only message me from that if they do have interest, but the campaign will still push for the main objective is to get engagement. So we're going to continue down where we have the ad type. And you're going to either have a click to message or a sponsored message. Now, this is something that you can change. For right now, we're just going to have the click to message. This is going to have a feature where they can click a button to message you, and then sponsored is going to be a little bit different, but for right now, we want to engage with our customers. So we're going to leave a message on. Here you'll see the page and apps that you want to work with. So we're going to use this page for the ad, and you can change your Facebook page and then the messaging apps you'd like to interact with these people on. So I'm going to use Messenger and I'm going to use Instagram, and they'll be sent to my Messenger. So our next thing is going to be budget and schedule. So this can be a very scary thing when you begin advertising, but it's gets better. You can start with a very low budget, and then you can grow from that as you see a increase in business, and you see the full potential for Facebook ads. So you have two options here. You have a daily budget and you have a lifetime budget. So for example, let's say we're going to have a $30 lifetime budget. And what this does, it's going to have a end date and it's going to have a start date. Now, how Meta uses your money when you start an ad is it will know that over the whole span of 30 days, they have $30 to spend, right? Well, at the very beginning, it is pushing your ad to anyone and everyone, and it's trying to figure out the correct algorithm for your ad. So, what will happen is on the first, let's say, 2 weeks of this ad, you will have a higher engagement number. But what that is really telling you is that Facebook is spending more than that $1 a day, right? And so, near the end of the ad, you'll have engagement drop off to make sure they stay within that $30 budget, right? So, what I recommend doing and what I do for myself is I have a daily budget and I will give it a, just for this instance, let's say $1 daily budget, right? Now, of course, I will tell you if you're $1 will not get you a whole bunch of engagement, but just for this demonstration, we'll leave it $1. Now, what I recommend is to not have an end date here. So this will not give Facebook that option to allow it to slow down your engagement. It will use its full capacity here. Just like it says here, you'll spend up to $1.25 some days and less on others. On average, I've been running Facebook ads quite frequently. For example, I have an ad out right now that I have set to about $113 a day, and constantly every single day it spends over $120. I'm perfectly fine with that, and that is what gets me the engagement I need. And so I would not like for them to do that for the first 2 weeks and then stop. So having that no end date set, it allows you to maximize the potential for your Facebook ads. So we're going to leave it on daily budget. You can insert that budget that you feel safe doing here, and you can take off the end date here. Our next step is to build our audience. So we're going to have a new audience. You can use different audiences if you have one saved, but we're going to do this like we're starting completely new, your first ever campaign. So we're going to have a new audience here. Your first thing is going to be the location. Okay, so let's say I have a brick and mortar location in, let's say, Dallas. And so we're going to set it to be in Dallas. And you can target people that are living in the area, recently in the area, or traveling in this area. So this can be used if you're a tourist attraction. You would want people that travel in it. If you're maybe for myself, a mattress store, tourists aren't looking for a mattress. So you're going to choose people that live in your location. But let's say you're an e-commerce business that wants to do business in the United States. So what you can do is target the United States as a whole, and that will allow you to market to the whole United States. and will not advertise anywhere internationally. Now, our next thing is going to be age. So you can do this from 18 to higher. So this is where if you have if you already know your consumer demographic, you can insert that information here. So if you know that your ideal consumer is the maximum age of, let's say, 28, and your minimum age is 20, well, that way you are showing your ad to your ideal consumer. Same thing if you have someone that maybe you are advertising something that you would want people over the age of 65, you can do that very easily here. I've actually spoke with people that do insurance and things like that, and depending on the ad that he is publishing, that's a huge thing for insurance is the age and what their consumer is likely to be. So that can be a very, very powerful tool there to show it to the people that you want it to be shown to. You also have genders here. And so if depending on your product, maybe you have a feminine product or a something that, maybe a grill or something like that you think your demographic is men, you could do that. I prefer to just do all on just about all of my ads, because you never know who could see it, if it maybe even a gift or something like that. So kind of sometimes this can cut a lot of your business, but it just kind of depends what your product is. So now that getting a little advanced here, you can actually add demographics, interest, and behaviors. So we're going to open up just a few demographics here. You can have education, which can show you can target specific schools. So if you are targeting alumni of a school or something like that, you can do that. As well as if you would like a higher educated individual, you can target those people as well. So that can be very useful, as well as their income levels. You can target by zip code the highest income levels there. So that can be very useful depending on that as well. Life events such as anniversaries, things like that. Again, if you're a tourist attraction, maybe you want somebody that's not at home, right? So that might be something there. Parents, if you want something that is being advertised for parents to buy for their kids, this is the perfect way to not show that to someone that may not have any kids and waste your ad spend on that. What we do not want to do. We do not want to waste any ad spend. So that can be very, very helpful. This here with a relationship status, this can be very useful depending on your product as well. If you are pushing a product that are primarily for married couples, that could be very useful when showing to those individuals instead of showing to someone that could be single that may not could use your product. As well as work, you can advertise to specific employers and specific job titles as well as industries. So this has lots and lots of options here, but this can be very, very useful if your product is used in a specific industry. Let's say you have a software that would be useful for restaurants or something like that, or a software for management or something along those lines. You could do that, or maybe a product that would be used in farming, fishing, or forestry. You can target those people and use your ad spend the best way possible there. We also have interest here. This can get very, very complex. So if you, for example, maybe you like outdoor activities and your product is tents, maybe you show them to people that like to camp, right? Instead of somebody that has never went camping before, that might not be your target demographic, right? As well as behaviors. So this can go all the way down to, let's say, someone you want to show that is only on mobile instead of desktop, or maybe someone here that travels frequently. You could use that definitely to your advantage. Commuters, maybe it's something for your car. If you know they're in their car a lot, the commuters might be someone that you target very directly. So this can get very complex. So if you do not have that target audience that you know for sure is your target, I'd stay away from that for right now. Let Facebook figure out the people that engage with your ad and the people that is worth showing to. So next you're going to have either Advantage Plus placements or manual placements. We're going to do manual placements, and I'll show you why here. If you do advanced placements, you're basically giving Meta the easy way out here. Okay. They will post your ad anywhere and everywhere, wherever it can get your reach and frequency the best, right? So, for example, we're going to build an ad that is primarily for feed or search results. I don't want it to be shown on apps. I don't want it to be shown right before a video. We all know when we see an ad come on, we put down our phone, let it play, and then get back to it when the video we actually want to watch starts playing, right? So we're not going to do that. As well as stories here, we are not going to be building an ad for stories or reels. And if we use our ad, it's not going to look quite as pretty as this. So we're going to take this off because we don't want people seeing our ad like that. We're going to build an ad that we want to look like this, right? And I'll show you later how, if you choose this, you'll understand why this is not the best choice. And if you want a story ad, you need to build one specifically for stories. So now we have optimization and delivery. This is going to be kind of that bid control where this allows you to kind of pick what you want to spend. This is not very super important though, so you can kind of leave that out. Facebook will teach itself here. So we're going to click next in the bottom right hand corner. And now you have your ad itself. Okay. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to use a post that already exists. And we will go right here down to, after you can change your ad name, you can have your ad set up, and we're going to click existing post. Now we'll have this right here, and we can click select post. And now you can find that post that you would like to use. So for today, let's go with this post here. This is a photo that was in a different post. And this will be a great example as to what it would look like for stories and other things compared. So now on this right side, you can have a preview of your ad. So this is very useful to see what your ad would look like at different places. Right here, we're looking at Facebook feeds, and we're looking at Instagram feed, Facebook Marketplace. And so that's going to be very useful as to what it would look like here. And so next, we're going to go to our message template. And so again, we wanted something that if they wanted to engage with us, we want to make this as easy as possible for customers. So we're going to say right here, we're going to have hi, their name. Please let me know how we can help you. So it's going to look similar like this, and they're going to have different options. Do you have any left? Where are you located? What are your hours? And typically those three questions are very important for my customers. So they can click one of these, and most likely I do have an auto response that sounds very genuine, connected with these questions. And so now you don't have people waiting to get a message back, and they have an easier way. Instead of typing out their question, this hits most people's first questions, right? And so that's what we have there. Make it a little bit easier. You can also have it set to get calls. And this will show here, give them a call, right? Give the give your business a call. And so for this, we're going to have start conversations. And then you can also, if you're tracking a website, you can do that there. So now you are ready to publish your ad. We are going to go back here and we're going to go back to the engagement campaign. I'm going to give you all a little bit of a quiz here. And so we're going to go back like we did to the start, create new campaign. And so students, are you ready to answer some questions?
For sure.
Awesome. So, let's see. Let's start with what campaign objective would be best to maximize your likes, comments, and engagement by user for your ad? Would it be awareness, traffic, engagement, leads, ad promotion, or sales? Alexander Brown, which one do you think would be most useful?
Yes, sir. I believe I would pick engagement.
Engagement. Yep. That is correct. Yep. That is correct. If you want to maximize your likes, comments, and engagement campaign objective would be the best one for you. Now, what objective would you use if you want to reach the maximum amount of people and you want to spread your brand awareness and just let people know that you do exist? Which campaign objective do you think would be best for that?
I would pick that I exist awareness.
Awareness. Yep. That is correct. Exactly. Yep. And so every single one of these have their own job. And you just need to figure out what exactly is your reason behind posting this ad. Like I said, traffic, if you have an e-commerce business where people don't have to come into a store, traffic can be very useful. Push them towards their website. If you have a very nice website, this might be a great option for you. And like I said before, I like to start with engagement and then add to different objectives so that you don't have a ad out with 3 likes on it and you have an ad out with 300 likes on it. People are a lot more likely to actually engage with that ad if they're confident in your reputation. So we're going to look at the account overview real quick, just so after you complete this campaign, you understand what you're actually looking at and see how it's performing. So here we're going to look at a post engagement campaign that I have running, and this will show the total post engagements for the last 30 days and your total per engagement, and then the total spent as well. And so you'll see here that I am up right now. This ad is performing very good. And you can see day by day how it's performing. And this can be very useful. You can also do 14 and 7-day here to see if something has drastically changed, what's going on. And sometimes I like to compare each 30-day and see what days does this drop off at. See what day does the 8th fall at? What days does the 14th fall at? And the 19th? Why are these dips pretty consistent? And that can help you figure out your ad. For example, I have some page like going on right here as well. As you can see, this is a brand new one here. I changed it up a little bit because I changed the ad and it's performing a lot better than one that I had before. Now, in turn, with this increase, the same people are probably seeing both of these ads. And so this is going to get a little less love from those users. This is not enough for me to be cautious or anything, but I will keep an eye on it for sure. This is showing me that I've done very well doing that. And so this will allow you to look at your performance and understand if your ad is doing well, or maybe if you need to switch it up a little bit. So we are down to the end of our class. And thank you very much for allowing me to teach you about how to build a Facebook ad campaign. Thank you very much.